guys, we are here in Grand Junction, and for the Fisher's Farm LLC retirement auction, and this is at 7,800. And I wanted to spend a little more time in this tractor because I really didn't have a chance to drive it much in that first video. And so we've still got the big Coon Knight mixer hooked on behind it, but I wanted to take a little time and try out mainly the transmission and the clutch and the throttle, brakes, and everything like that, because I just really didn't have a chance to do much with it. So I just backed up the mixer, and the one thing I will point out that I did notice, guys, it did not like to go into the A range very easy over here. It kind of wanted to pop out of that A range. Now keep in mind, guys, this tractor has 13,000 hours on it. And so I think that fell in okay right there. Let me see. So it's a power quad with A through D ranges, guys. And so it did. It went in just fine right there. But the first time I went to back this little guy up, it didn't act like it wanted to go into that A range very well. I let out on the clutch and it kind of popped around in here like it was grinding. So when I clutched, then it went up in there. And so this is what I want to do, is I just want to get a feel for this transmission, guys. I want you to know that what you're bidding on, you can bid on with confidence. So I'm going to leave it in that range because I want to try the brakes. So we're going to try the right brake here, and hopefully you guys can see that. It pulls that tractor to the right. Hopefully you guys can see that, okay? If I hit the left brake, same thing. It pulls the tractor to the left just like it's supposed to. So the brakes are good. The clutch is good. Whenever I clutch, it seems like it shifts just like it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to B range here. Now again, whenever I pull, there's a little bit of resistance right there. Okay, but it went in. And again, I just wanted to represent these tractors the best I can, guys, so you know what you're bidding on. So we're at idle right here, guys. So I'm gonna kick it up a little bit more. I gotta watch what I'm doing. This is a two-wheel drive. I'm sure you guys can see that two-wheel drive tractor. 7,800. I want to say it's a 95, but don't hold me to that. I know I've got it on the listing right. So whatever the listing says is right, guys. So now I want to try the power quad, make sure it shifts the way it's supposed to. So we're gonna pop it into 2, and shifts right up there. 3 shifts right up there, and 4. So shifts good going up. Let's come back down. And what you're hearing when you hear that pop, if you can hear that on the video, guys, it's the feed wagon behind us when it hits the drawbar, when the pin takes up the slack and it hits that drawbar. So I want to go into the reverse gears now, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to the A range though, because I don't want to. Now see, you let out on the clutch just a little and that A range falls in there then. But so I want to go slow. Oh, no, it didn't go in. That's what I'm talking about, guys. There's a little resistance on that. See that? It's not quite going into that A range. And there it went in. Okay, so I wanted you guys to see that. I'm glad I did that. I wanted you guys to see that. So so I want to do this power shift. We're in reverse. We're in A1, and so I want to just check the power shift. There's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Okay. So they went through there just like they were supposed to. And I'm not trying to bore you guys with these videos. I'm just trying to do the best job I can to kind of get a feel for what these tractors are and make sure that if we represent them as good, that they are, okay? So I'm going to switch over to the C range now. We're in C1. Okay? And then I'm going to go to D as well. I'm going to go to the D range here right quick. Okay, so there we're in D. Now, I gotta throttle back here, guys. It's too rough. It's too rough for me to go blazing out across here in D range. But I just wanted you guys to see all the ranges work. And I'm confident that if I were to get out on the county road with this thing and go, the power shift gears, they're all gonna work like they should. And what this really does point out to me is that Coon Knight mixer is heavy. The way it kind of pushes this tractor around a little bit, for lack of a better way to put it. I'm gonna go back in the D range, guys. I don't want to bounce it. I don't want to bounce this tractor quite so hard. Now, I put that chute up a couple times in this video. If you guys can see, that chute's down, and I keep raising it up, and it keeps seeping down. That chute keeps seeping down, which tells me that maybe this tractor, I don't know if you can see it seeping down or not, guys, but I'm guessing that my hydraulics on the tractor maybe need some O-rings or something, because they're letting that chute seep back off and it's going down in the down position. It takes it about 2 or 3 minutes to do it, but that's what it's doing. So maybe on the hydraulics on this 7800, you might have to do a little bit of, like I said, I don't know if it's an O-ring or, again, it's got 13,000 hours, guys, so it's going to have some signs of wear, you know, here and there and whatnot. So, but my main goal is I wanted to show you guys the mixer in the other video, and then I wanted to get a chance to test this little 7800's transmission, and I think it's good, like I said, in that A range. Now my guess is if I pull this out, I bet I can get that to fall right in there just like that. So it's not that it won't go in there, but when you go straight in there and the tractor's not moving, it just doesn't want to quite go into that A range. And so just be aware of that, guys. But here we're in A1, so again, 2, 3, 4. Of course, in A range, you're not going to see much difference there, guys. But and then that jumped it up to the B range. And the little tractor, I think, for the hours, it's got especially, okay, so here's what I was talking about. See where that chute is now? If you guys can see that for all the dirt in the window. That chute keeps seeping off, and that's what I wanted you guys to see. So again, I'm going to speculate that is not on the wagon. I'm confident that's on the hydraulics on the tractor. So just be aware of that, guys, that this little guy, this little 7800, could need a little work on the hydraulics. You know, it might have something like that needs done. So, and there we go. See how that jumps out of A range right there? I'd say it still didn't go in. There, I think it went in. Nope. So you need to be aware of that, guys. There it went on that A range, okay? So just be aware that on this little 7800, guys, that A range is a little tricky to get it into. But other than that, I think everything on this little tractor works the way it's supposed to. And we should be in good shape. So thank you all, guys.